today's video is a home vlog of sorts. I'd like to discuss everything that's happened in the past year or so with us, and the reason we only started posting about 8 months ago again on here. But I hope that your year was not as terrible as mine, even though I know there was a pandemic going on. I really hope yours was a lot better than mine was. Actually, the past couple of years, honestly. Our problems all started back in 2019, even before the pandemic happened. And I'll be going over all of that stuff in this video, and let's get into it. As I said before, the past few years have been kind of hard on us. I had to pull Georgia from school in around 2019, and we've been homeschooling ever since. If you're wondering why she's able to go all kinds of places with us, or with me, that's how. We do homeschool and sort of road school as well. And it's just been difficult. 2019, Georgia lost her grandmother and great-grandfather within the span of a couple of months. So she really struggled mentally that year, and it was best that I take her out of the school system because she had also been facing a lot of bullying for the past 3 years before that, and it really took a toll on her mental health. But now she's getting better. She's definitely getting better. So at the end, sort of middle end of 2019, I made the decision to move us across country to Charleston, South Carolina. I had a friend who was living there and she needed some help. So I quit my job of about 5 years, which I really loved. And we picked up our stuff, moved our cats, ourselves, our birds, and just took basic things with us. And we moved across country. It was quite a move, but we did do it. And honestly, we love Charleston. Will we go back in the future? It's a possibility. We absolutely love the city. We love the food, the atmosphere. It kind of reminds us of home a little bit, New Orleans, since we're very close to New Orleans here. But it's like New Orleans, but without the jazz, essentially. Unfortunately, Charleston did not work out for us living there. Some things happened. Georgia ended up having a break in one bone, actually having 2 breaks in one bone in her foot. If you do not know, she has Freeberg's disease, and it's a very debilitating disease which can last for a short amount of time, 6 months to years. And for her, unfortunately, it lasted for years. She's doing much better now. Now that she has the right footwear and she stays off of her feet a lot. So she's definitely doing a lot better with the Freeberg's disease. I also received a phone call after we moved, and it was early 2020 when we moved. It was March, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was March. Right after my granny died, my dad's mother, I received a phone call that my Aunt AJ, my dad's youngest sister, developed appendiceal cancer. And if you don't know what that is, it's horrible. There's no cure at all for this cancer. All they can do is try to prolong the person's life. And so she did call me while we were there. And because my mother needed help with my grandfather back here at home, Georgia, and her foot problems, she needed to go see her doctor. And my aunt, we did decide to move back here to Wiggins, Mississippi. After we moved back, I got Georgia's foot sorted. That's when we found out she actually had 2 breaks in one bone on her foot. And then we were back home, back settled in. It did take a couple of trips back to Charleston, well, 1 trip back to Charleston to pick up the rest of our things. So my mother did help me move. She went with me to Charleston to pick up the rest of our things and come back with us. And so after we got back, I was looking for a job, needed money and everything. So this is the reason that we did not post in like that year time span. All of this stuff happening. It was just chaos. I was, you know, really down, and I didn't really have, honestly, full disclosure here, I had no money to go and do anything. Plus there was a pandemic going on. We were pretty much locked down. So, and I didn't feel comfortable going out, being around a lot of people during this time either. So it was difficult. It's been hard, but we've made it through somehow by the skin of our teeth. About a month after we got back, I actually found a job here in Wiggins, and so I started there, and I worked there throughout the pandemic until about February of this 2021. I keep thinking it's still in that year. But anyway, so I worked there until about February of 2021. Right before I quit the other job, I came down with COVID. And so I was okay though. I had very, very mild case. It wasn't that bad. I was mostly just exhausted. I lost my sense of smell and taste, and I still haven't quite got my sense of smell back all the way yet. It's a weird thing. Even my taste buds are definitely different now. But I survived. I made it through. I'm good. And then, so that, it was kind of weird because like had already put in my 2 weeks notice at that job. And then I came down with COVID, and then so I had like a 2-week period there before I had to go to my new job. So it kind of worked out. I got a tiny little vacation even though I was sick with COVID for about 2 weeks there. And then I started my new job, which actually is my old job, the job I had before I moved to Charleston. They contacted me. They said, hey, we know you're back in town. Your replacement decided she needed to move out of state for whatever reason. Do you want your job back? So I did accept the job back because I knew that I would have every weekend off and half a day on Wednesday and almost half a day on Tuesdays. So I have a good bit of time off to go out and do things and enjoy life versus the job I had before. It took up all of my time. I was exhausted. I couldn't do anything because it was just so tiring. But now that I'm back at my old job, I definitely have more time to go and do things. And then in March, we went to Disney World, and that's when you will see our first videos in a year were uploaded. And we did go to Disney World kind of in the middle of the pandemic. I know we were crazy, but we did wear our mask. We, you know, social distancing, all of that stuff. We hadn't been vaccinated yet because Georgia could not be vaccinated by that point. And I had just gotten over COVID. So I knew that we should have, you know, we should have been safe. We were good. We weren't really around a lot of people. There weren't as many people there as usual, which we really enjoyed that. I actually think it was one of the best trips we have ever taken to Disney World. And we've been so many times. I've probably been like 15 times, 20 times, maybe more. Who knows? But we had a wonderful time. And if you haven't watched those videos, you should definitely go and do that. Go watch our videos when we went to Disney World. Lots of fun. I think you'll enjoy those. In the 8 months that we have been back on YouTube, we have had fun. We have gone and done things, social distanced, of course. We still try to do things that don't involve a lot of people. It's getting harder because people are out more. Pretty much nobody wears a mask anymore. We still wear a mask and we are vaccinated as well. But we've been to several state parks, and I will be continuing to do state park videos this year around the state of Mississippi. And a bunch of other videos I have planned. I don't want to give them away just yet because there's a project that I'm working on, and I'm kind of excited about that project, but I'm not quite sure if it's actually going to happen. Fingers crossed that it does, knock on wood, that it does happen. So y'all keep an eye out for this YouTube channel and see what happens in the future. This year we are, like I said, we're going to continue the state park videos. There are several other videos that we would like to do as well. A few other places we'd like to go to that we haven't been yet here in Mississippi that I have in my head and in a list. Before I end this video, I did want to talk a little bit about how we lost our cat Turtle and our cat Callie, and my aunt AJ did pass away from the cancer. She fought as long as she could, as hard as she could, but in the end the cancer won. She's greatly missed. I still get emotional when I think about it and talk about her, as you can probably tell. Also, here just recently, my cat Egypt, who is my travel partner, he's my buddy. He loves to travel, he loves to hike. He always, you know, walks with a harness and leash. He loves his backpack. He loves to go on car rides and road trips. Unfortunately, a couple weeks ago, he disappeared. And we've been looking for him everywhere, but I'm not quite sure if he's gonna come back or not. It's been a while. Being realistic here, I don't really think he's gonna come back. It makes me really sad. But we do still have Voodoo and Whiskus and the two kittens, Moira and Rue, who are actually currently harness and leash training them as well, so that they can go on rides and road trips with us too. And we still have Chuck and Tambry, and Tambry actually had to have surgery a month ago. Ended up spending a lot of money on Tambry. She got hurt and she had to have surgery, but she's way better now. She's no longer limping. She's good. She's totally healed now. But yeah, so those are some of the bad things that have happened in the past, I think since August. August was when Turtle passed away, and then I think September is when my Aunt AJ, September, October, when Aunt AJ passed away. It was September because it was right before her birthday. And then October or November, I think it was October, Callie passed away. And then now Egypt's gone missing. So he went missing in December, just a few weeks ago. And so it's been a hard end of 2021. Actually, it's just been a hard year all around. But I hope your year was better than mine. And here's to a positive outlook and a hopeful year for 2022, and we can get through this COVID mess, because I am so tired of it and I'm ready to travel internationally again. I'm ready to go and see my friends in England and Ireland. I miss them terribly. So hey James, if you see this video, hey. Karen, hey, if y'all watch this video, miss you guys a lot. So happy New Year, guys, and I'll see y'all next week.